Hey everybody, it's Andrew Ansley once again, and this is for the school group. And today I'm going to cover how to use AI in order to analyze a piece of content and come up with some sort of reverse engineering system so that you can either create content that sounds just like it, or you can figure out a little bit more about how to edit maybe some content that you're using. If you are a member of Content Sprout, which is my content software, then maybe you like Content Sprout, but maybe you want something to sound a little bit different. Well, here are some prompts or some ways to make to inspire you, I guess, in order to come up with a system that'll work. And this works for anything, by the way, not just editing content, but for today, we will edit some content. So let me share my screen and I will show you the way. Okay, here we go. And infinite loop. So we're going to start off with technical analysis, what it is, how to use it by Investopedia. The keyword is what is technical analysis. Context is stock trading. So, the easy peasy thing that we need to do here is we got to use ChatGPT. We're going to use either 4.0 or maybe preview. Let's try preview for now. So first off, I'm going to copy all of this. So I'm going to scroll down here and there we go. Copy it. Now we're going to go here and content. Perfect. And next, we are just going to paste that in. So before I do that, actually, let's come up with some stuff to edit. Let's pretend actually that we have nothing to start off with. We don't know even what to do. So I'm just going to write some stuff down, right? We want to basically give it a bunch of options for editing. So I know that articles to mimic an article's style. What are all of the components of an article that need to be evaluated in order to mimic the article? I'll give you an example. The grammar, the readability of the article, and what's another idea? We could do possibly the length of sentences, the complexity, the vocabulary usage as it pertains to the context. All of those are examples, and it's only a few examples. Many, many examples. Please provide a list. As if you're a grammar expert, linguist, subject matter expert, natural language processing expert, and an expert on how machines crawl, index, and what's the other term? Crawl, index, and rank content on search engines. Only as it pertains to machine learning principles. All right, let's see. I have no idea. I have not actually done this before. I start off with something like this whenever I'm trying to do something from the ground up. So we want to state one, hey, I want to do a thing. What are the components of the thing that need to be evaluated? So I need to even know if I'm going to prompt to create something, whether it's an article, whether it's a marketing strategy, I need to understand what the components are in order to get started. So here we go. Readability, sentence structure, vocabulary, lexical choice, tone and style, content structure, subject matter accuracy, contextual usage, cohesion, coherence, part of speech distribution. Yep. Search engine optimization elements, machine learning considerations, ethical. Okay, remove the ethics and emotional. We'll say this, remove number 12, number 13, number 14, number 15, we don't need number 16 either. We'll do okay. Number 17, number 18, number 19, and number 20. Add additional bullets under the remaining points. Cool. So I took the output. Now I'm going to say, let's deepen it, what we have that has remained. So next, while that is happening, I am going to do this and this. And hopefully I don't actually paste in the content that is images. So great. Here is the article that you need to mimic. Please break down the article by focusing on each number and the bullets associated. You will evaluate the entire article using each number and associated bullets. You will loop through each of the numbers and their associated bullets. Trying to be as specific as possible until you provide the entire mimic analysis. All right, let's make sure. It might have froze. Up. Well, it did not do it, so let's grab it again. Oh, duh. Okay, now I've got it. We are good to go. And then the one problem is it's not telling us the actual headers. So let's do this. Convert dot content to markdown. Okay. Let's download it. And then here we go. Download. We'll do docx, I guess. And then we'll upload it here. There we go. Convert to Markdown. Continue. Hopefully this works. I have never used this, but this is generally how you do it. View. That's definitely an ad, isn't it? Yeah. No, I'm good. Ugh, that's annoying. We'll do Word to Markdown. This looks less shady. Let's do this. And then we'll do, we got this, guys. We got this. Great. Perfect. So copy. Now we paste it in. Perfect. So make sure when you paste this stuff in, it has to be in the correct format. And then I need to start with the actual title, which is at the very top. And here we go. Did I get it? Yep. And now I can exit out of this. We're good to go. Let us analyze. La-di-da-di-da. Ba-da-da-da-da. I'm going to pause this as it's working. Oh no. How do I pause? You know what? I'm not going to pause if you want. Here it is, right here. Great. It worked. So here we go, guys. And girls, gals. It's giving us everything, and we can then modify this further. Typically, you're going to want to increase its. If you really wanted this to work well, you would need to evaluate one at a time. Formatting and visual elements, machine learning considerations. Provide a detailed write-up that goes beyond what you've stated here. This is not nearly specific enough. I now need directions for a content writer on how they should write and how they should edit. Not nearly specific enough. Even if it was really good, I would still say it wasn't specific enough. I always say that it's not specific enough. Incorporate simple, compound, and complex sentences to create a dynamic flow. Technical, yeah, great. Examples are great. What about the headers? Do they have a good header? Word frequency, figurative language, diction. So if you're going to have a really good, this is something to keep in mind, guys. If you're going to have a really, really good with a good system with minimal editing, I'm going through this exercise to show you what I have to go through to create something from the ground up. But typically, you want to be somewhat of an expert in the thing that you're doing. So if I'm going to be writing or editing, I should understand what to do. And I should give it the very specific ways of analyzing. I should give it the very specific ways of writing, editing. So I would do things like, does it have a topic sentence? Does it have this specific structure of an outline? What is, you give it all of these different things. And then that's how you have it evaluate. If you're starting from the ground up, that's not what you can do. So still going. You still aren't specific. Every single piece of advice needs to be something that is explicitly clear and understandable. The content, the brief, must be so clear that you as their manager would have 100% confidence that every single detail is communicated in a way that is incredibly clear and specific, with examples from the text that can be used to back up the content brief. Something like this. So this has frozen. This is a newer model, so it won't always go well. We stopped at like 6, 7, 8, 9. It didn't quite get to like 11. So what I'll do is I'll hit stop. And then we'll do this instead. We're going to go with we'll do this. Try again. Actually, before I do that, something like that. So instead, I'm just going to do it that way. It only thought for 4 seconds. That is not good. I could tell that is bad. Try again. We might have to switch the model, guys. It should be thinking for so much longer. Oh, well. Okay. This looks pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. It's going there. It's getting there. It has begun to break down. So this is one of those examples where I'm going through the entire thing of how this AI stuff works. But what I'm seeing is that after about number 3 is when it starts to break down. So I'm just going to have it redo whatever it didn't do. So you did not do a good job with everything beyond number 3. So let's change up your focus. You will do the same task, but you will do it with one number at a time. So let's just output number 4. Okay. Yep. See, so this is how you understand whether a model, well, I wasn't intending to teach this. This is how you understand whether a model is what it's capable of. So I just input a bunch of text and I noticed that already within a very short amount of time, it broke down on what it was supposed to be doing. So now instead, uh, like I said earlier at the beginning, you really need to focus on one at a time. This is exactly what we're doing. We're going to be focusing one at a time. So it did it now. Great. It did a much better job. Move on to number 5. So great, guys. This is exactly it. So what I've learned is even with this new preview model, it doesn't matter. Complexity should still be simplified as much as possible, especially when you're asking for as much as we're asking. So keep that in mind. Move on to number 6. Cool. So I'm about to create an entire content brief. Now, here's the other crazy thing is like I can, let's do this, something like LinkedIn while that's working. And you can find a lot of good information here. So here I typically will find things like content brief or something. Content brief. If you have a tool that actually analyzes this stuff, it's even better. Great. Steal my content brief. Thank you. This was one day ago. Content brief templates. Okay, same thing. This dude publishes it all the time. So I think we could probably just take his stuff. So let's do that. 2 pages. Leave a comment to get all of my briefs. Oh, come on, bro. I don't want to do that. You're only messaging it to me? All right, well, unfortunate. Man. All right, so unfortunately, this is not. It doesn't cover it. It doesn't actually contain anything. So this is when it gets important for you to actually like download stuff for yourself. So I will unfortunately not be able to give it to you guys, but now you at least know where I go in order to do this stuff. You just go here. So let's move on. We will go to the next one. Move on to number 7, I think, right? Hopefully. And as it's writing, I'm actually just going to review some stuff. So let's see what we've done so far. We have yep. Structured and organized in a way that mirrors the original article. Okay. Start with a clear and concise introduction that defines the main topic and sets the context for the reader. Provide a straightforward definition or explanation of the main concept immediately. Ensure the introduction is engaging and encourages the reader to continue reading. Examples, technical analysis, first subheading, what is it? The article begins with the title that clearly states, opening paragraph is a method of evaluating. This provides a clear definition. Action steps, craft a title that does this, begin here. Key takeaways, use bullet points. Okay, so all of these things now, it's really starting to get correct. Logical flow, the article begins by defining it, moves on to explain how it is used before discussing underlying assumptions, comparisons with fundamental analysis, and finally its limitations. Plan the order of your sections so that each new section logically follows the previous one. Include basic concepts first, then delve into detailed explanations and applications. Use transitional phrases to connect ideas between sections. Yeah, this is great. So all of this is super good. It's done now with number whatever. Move on to number, is that 7, guys? I don't know where we're at. 7. Yep. Move on to number 8. Okay. Now that we're on to number 8, let me check that I don't have a meeting. We good. Okay. So it's going to continue going. This is so good. I love this model. So the difference between this model and the other model, any of the other models, is this does a better job of going deep, easier. I didn't have to give it that much. It was able to, I think this one's probably the best model at reverse engineering anything that I've seen. It's just that it's so specific, which is both a good and a bad thing. One of the downsides of AI is that it gets too broad. And that usually is the reason why it's so hard to do things with AI. But now, this one's pretty darn specific, but it leaves no room for error. You really have to get specific here. Move on to number 9. So one of the things that I think was a little bit different, that I had a little bit more knowledge to do this to begin with, is I had knowledge of how to, was like a linguist, think like a linguist, think like a grammarian of some kind, think like a machine learning expert. You really need to focus on that kind of stuff to make sure that you have a good template to sort of evaluate something by. Move on to number 9. Hopefully number 9. Yeah, nice. Honestly, I think number 11 I didn't need to do, so I'll just do number 10 and then I'll end it. Yeah, the SEO specialist probably won't do very good. Move on to number 9 or number 10. Inferred URL. It is right though. Yeah. Good. Move on to number 10. So here's the next piece of this that this is why it gets so expensive to create good content. If you think that just doing this sort of analysis takes a while just to be able to you have to piece it together. Just imagine now when you're writing, it is not going to, it is not going to be able to create, what is the term for this? It's not going to be able to create everything in one go. So ideally, you'd probably say use all of the pieces, or just evaluate the article. You'd have to evaluate it like 10 times. So use each thing, evaluate this article, identify the problems, fix them, whatever, or maybe just identify first, then fix them. So that would be, if there's 10 and you have to ask 2 questions per, then that's just 20, right? But it's around 20 times of asking for sure. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do. So now what we'll do is this. Now, can you redo number 1? Because when you did it, you were originally trying to do everything in one go, but now you know better. Let's fix it. And then ideally what I would do is I would either have to go through each of these pieces, copy and paste it into an article, or I would ask it to give me some sort of document, or like just output all of them together. I'd probably switch models for that though. So same with number 2. Now, those were still good, but they weren't nearly as in-depth, right? So as you guys can imagine, this is exactly what you would do for brand strategy. This is what you do for marketing strategy. This is what you do to evaluate your email sequences, your ad copy, your anything. What you need to do though is you need to, in this particular example, I just Googled something and then took the best example. But if you find a good, anything good at all, save it and then refer to it later because you can reverse engineer it to a certain extent, right? It's not going to be perfect, but the idea here is if you can get it good enough and then have a cheap operator applying this, then, pretty good. And then we'll do number 3. Perfect. And we'll see what happens with this final piece of trying to combine it into one specific thing. But I'll probably break this video into 2. So this is part 1. Part 1 is specifically designed to accomplish the editing part. So I'm not even going to show you how I do this part. You guys get the picture. Next piece, we're going to apply what we learned here and actually write an article.